5 educational short stories and morals. We are always trying to move forward in our life. But sometimes failure, fatigue, depression lead us in other ways from achieving our own goals. At times like these we need a little inspiration and courage to help us jump into work with renewed enthusiasm. Hope today's 5 motivational stories and mottos will inspire you to some extent. Educational Story 1, Friends. Once upon a time, 2 very good friends were walking through the desert together. They were talking about different things while walking. At one point of the conversation they got into a fight about something, and in that fight the first friend slapped the second friend. The second friend was hurt but did not say anything to the first friend. He wrote in the sand, "My best friend slapped me to death today." The 2 friends started walking again, and as they walked, they came across an oasis. They decided to bathe in the water there. At which point the friend, second, who got slapped, got stuck in the quicksand and started sinking down. Then the first friend quickly rescued him. After being rescued, the second friend went again and wrote on the stone, "My best friend saved my life today." Seeing this, the first Banda asked, "Kyr, when I killed I wrote in sand, and after saving I wrote in stone. What is the reason?" Then the second friend replied, "When someone hurts us, it should be written in sand, so that the winds of love and affection wipe it out. But when someone does us a favor, it should be engraved in stone, so that nothing can erase it." Policy. There may be small disputes among themselves, but do not keep it in mind, because close people come forward in big dangers. Lesson 2, Don't forget your worth. Once a motivational speaker came to a seminar and finished his speech for everyone. Then he took a $50 note from his pocket and said that he would like to give this note to anyone present here. Want to know if anyone is interested in taking it? Almost everyone in the meeting room expressed their desire to raise their hands. Now he said, "Wait a little, I have some work left." Then the speaker took the note in his hand and crumpled it. Then he asked the crowd, "Do you still want to take it?" As before, almost everyone raised their hands. Then he dropped the speaker note on the floor and stood on top of it dusting the note. When asked if anyone wants to take it now, everyone expressed interest to take it as before. Then the speaker wants to know, "Why are you interested in taking the crumpled and dirty note?" Then the people replied that even if the money is dirty or crushed, its value does not decrease. Then the speaker said, "Human life is more valuable than this. There may be storms in life, bad times may come, but under no circumstances should you forget your worth." Policy. Human life is very precious. And that's worth it in every case. Educational Story 3, Boxed Love. Not long ago a man punished his 3-year-old daughter for wasting a golden wrapping paper. Business was bad. The man was furious that the girl was wasting money decorating the boxes under the Christmas tree. But the next day, on the morning of Xmas Day, when the little girl held out the decorated box to her father, she said, "This gift is for you, Dad." Then the man felt a little embarrassed and felt ashamed for punishing the girl yesterday. But when the father opened the box he was more angry than before. Because the box was empty. Seeing this, the girl's father said to the girl in an angry voice, "Did you know that when you give someone a gift, there has to be something in the box? Giving an empty box is rude." Then the little girl, who had her head down, looked up with tearful eyes and said to her father in a tearful voice, "Oh father! The box is not empty at all. I gave you many of my loves and kisses in it." The father burst into tears after hearing the girl's words and kneeled down and hugged the girl to his chest and begged for forgiveness. The girl died in an accident within few days. His father carefully placed the golden box with him. Whenever he is upset, despair surrounds him, the child takes the girl's golden box in his hand and feels the love of the daughter, and forgets all the troubles and disappointments. Policy. Innocent love is priceless. Incomparable to any earthly object. Educational Story 4, Don't worry. One day a teacher entered the class with a half-full glass of water. Seeing that, the students assumed he was saying the old is the glass half full or half empty? Do the boring question called. But the teacher surprised everyone and asked to know. Tell me how much weight of water here? Students answered between 7 ounces and 30 ounces. Then the teacher replied that it is not always important how much water you are holding, but how long you are holding is what matters. If you hold a glass of water for a minute, you won't notice it. If you stay for 10 minutes, you may feel some numbness or pain in your hands. If you have to hold the same glass for the whole day, you will have an unsettling pain in that lightweight glass. Similarly, when you start feeling stressed or worried, if you think about it for a while, it won't do much harm. But if you spend the day with it and keep thinking about it, it slowly grows into more anxiety and needy thoughts. And if you go to sleep with this overthinking and wake up with it, nothing can be worse. Lessons from the story. We should not go to sleep with worries. If there is anything left for us to do in that regard, we should do it, and if not, we should give up worrying. Educational Story 5: The Edge of the Axe, Efficiency. Once a king wanted to hire some axes to cut wood in the forest. Among all, one axe cut more wood in the fastest time than the other. The king was very pleased with this and appointed him chief axer and rewarded him. He became more motivated and worked harder. He cut 18 trees in the first month and the king was very happy. He cut 15 trees in the second month and 12 trees in the third month. When Raja visited after 3 months to see his poor results, he was somewhat surprised. As the king had no doubts about Kathur's ability, diligence and integrity. So he asked Kathur to know the reason. Kathur said, "Your Majesty, I am doing no wrong in my power, yet the work is falling short. Maybe I'm getting old." The king said, "Well, bring your axe." The king saw the axe and asked the axe, "Tell me, when was the last time you lent the axe this month?" The king was surprised by the reply of the axe. Kathur said that he couldn't spare the time to borrow the axe for the last 3 months to cut more and more wood every day. Now both the king and the Kathur understood the reason for the decrease in felling. Policy. Adequate rest is also important along with work in life. It can work with new enthusiasm and increase efficiency. Last words. The importance of education is immense to change people's lives and thoughts. Hope you like these short stories.